My name is Olivia Reese. At least I think it is. For the past 5 years, I haven't been entirely sure who I am anymore. Because my twin sister has been living as me online, and my entire family thought it was funny. Let me back up. I'm 26 years old. I had a twin sister named Isabel. Identical twins. Same face, same voice, same DNA. But that's where the similarities ended. Isabel was always the outgoing one, the charming one, the one everyone loved at parties. I was quieter, more careful, more boring, I guess. At least that's what she always said. We were close growing up. You know how twins are? People act like you're one person split in two. We'd finish each other's sentences, wear matching outfits, play tricks on teachers. It was fun when we were kids. But somewhere around high school, something shifted. Isabel started to resent that we looked the same. She'd say things like, "I hate that when people see you, they think of me," she'd tell me. She wanted to be unique, special. The problem was, she also wanted to be everywhere at once. And that's where I came in handy. It started small. She'd asked to borrow my student ID to get into events I'd signed up for. She'd use my library card to check out books under my name when she'd maxed out her late fees. Little things. Twin things. I didn't think much of it. Then we went to college. Different schools, thank God. I went to a small liberal arts college in Vermont. She went to a big state school in California. For the first time in our lives, we were separate people. I could be just Olivia, not Olivia and Isabel, or the twins. It was liberating. I started a blog in my junior year. Nothing fancy, just book reviews and essays about literature. I was an English major, and writing was the one thing I was genuinely good at. The blog got a decent following, not viral or anything, but enough that I felt proud of it. A few hundred regular readers who actually engaged with my posts. Then I graduated and moved to Boston. Got a job at a small publishing house as an editorial assistant. It was entry-level, barely paid enough to cover rent, but it was my dream job. I was on the path I'd always wanted. Isabel, meanwhile, dropped out of college after 2 years. She moved back home with my parents. My mom would call me every week with updates. "Isabel's trying to find herself," she'd say. "She's going through something. You know how creative people are. They need time to discover their path," my mom would tell me. I'd roll my eyes, but say nothing. Isabel had always gotten away with everything. She was the favorite, even if my parents would never admit it. She was magnetic, spontaneous, fun. I was responsible, predictable, safe. Guess which one makes for better dinner conversation? About 3 years ago, I started noticing weird things. People would recognize me in coffee shops and ask about posts I'd never written. A guy at a networking event mentioned following me on Instagram and loving my travel photos, but I'd never been to half the places he described. I barely posted on Instagram. Maybe once a month, if that. I checked my Instagram account that night. Everything looked normal. My bio, my photos, my modest 200 followers. But then someone DM'd me saying, "Hey, different vibe from your other account. I like this more personal side of you," they wrote. Other account? I typed my name into Instagram search, and there it was. At Olivia Reese Official. 15,000 followers, professional photos of someone who looked exactly like me, because it was me. Except I'd never taken those photos. I'd never been to Thailand or Paris or those trendy restaurants in LA. I'd never worn those designer clothes or posed with those people I didn't recognize. I clicked on the account. The bio read, "Olivia Reese, book blogger, literary consultant, living my best story," with a sparkle emoji at the end. My stomach dropped. The posts were sophisticated, professional. Outfit of the day photos, pictures with books I'd reviewed on my actual blog, inspirational quotes about following your dreams. The captions were written in a style just close enough to mine to be believable, but polished in a way I never bothered with. I scrolled further. There were posts about my publishing job in New York, she wrote. I worked in Boston, not New York. Posts about consulting for major authors. I was an editorial assistant who mostly made coffee and copies. Posts about landing a book deal for my debut novel, it said. I hadn't written a novel. I drafted 3 chapters of one and abandoned it. And the comments. Thousands of comments from people praising my work, asking for advice, saying I was an inspiration. My hands were shaking. I called Isabel immediately. It was midnight, but I didn't care. Liv, hey, what's up? She answered, sounding cheerful, casual. What the fuck is at Olivia Reese official? I asked her. Silence. Then she said, oh, you found it? You made an entire Instagram account pretending to be me? I mean, it's not really pretending, she told me. We're identical, and you weren't using your name for anything big, so I just borrowed it. It's gotten amazing traction. You should be thanking me, honestly. I've built your brand, she said. My brand? Isabel, I didn't consent to this. You're posting photos of yourself pretending to be me. Whatever, she said. It's not hurting you. If anything, I'm making you look cooler. Your actual Instagram is boring as hell, Liv. No offense, she told me. Delete it. Delete it right now. No way, she said. Do you know how much work I've put into this? I have sponsorships lined up. I'm making actual money with my name. That's fraud. It's not fraud, it's marketing. God, you're so dramatic. Look, we're twins. We share DNA. What's the big deal if we share a name online? You're not even doing anything with your life that matters, she said. That last sentence hit me like a slap. What did you just say? Come on, Liv, she said. You work some boring assistant job and write pretentious book reviews that like 50 people read. I'm actually creating something. I'm building an influencer career. This could be huge for both of us if you just chill out, she told me. For both of us? You mean for you, using my name and my work. Whatever, she said. I'm not deleting it. If you have a problem, take it up with Mom and Dad. She hung up. I sat there in my tiny Boston apartment, staring at my phone, feeling like reality was bending around me. My own sister had been impersonating me online for God knows how long, and she thought I should be grateful. I called my parents the next morning. Surely they'd be horrified, right? Wrong. Oh, honey, my mom said, Isabel told us about her little project. It's actually quite impressive what she's built. She showed us the account. You look beautiful in those photos, she told me. Mom, those aren't my photos. That's not my life. She's pretending to be me and making money off of it. Well, technically, she's pretending to be herself. You're an identical twin, Olivia. My mom said, she's finally found something she's passionate about, she told me. By stealing my identity? My dad got on the line. Olivia, your sister has been struggling, he said. This has been really good for her self-esteem. Can't you just let her have this? It's not like she's doing anything illegal, he told me. It is illegal. It's identity theft. That's a bit dramatic, don't you think? My dad said. She's your twin. You're being selfish. Selfish? I was being selfish for not wanting my sister to steal my identity? I hung up and cried for an hour. Over the next few weeks, I watched the account grow. 20,000 followers, 30,000. Isabel was posting every day, sometimes multiple times. She'd screenshot my actual blog posts and share them as her own with better graphics and hashtags. She'd take photos in locations that looked vaguely like Boston and tag them as my neighborhood to maintain the illusion. She landed a partnership with a major book subscription box, $5,000 for 3 posts, using my name, my reputation, my years of actual writing and work. And then it got worse. I got an email at my work account from a literary agent, a real one from a top agency in New York. The subject line read, "Following up on your query." Query? I hadn't sent any queries. I opened the email. Hi, Olivia, it said. I wanted to follow up on the manuscript you sent for The Borrowed Life. I'm intrigued by the premise and would love to set up a call to discuss representation. Your platform is impressive. 15K engaged followers is exactly what we look for in debut authors, the agent wrote. My blood ran cold. I checked the sent folder of my email. Nothing.
Then I checked my personal email, the one I used for my blog. There it was, sent 3 weeks ago from my account. A query letter to 15 different agents pitching a novel called The Borrowed Life, a novel I hadn't written. The query was good, really good, actually, better than I could have written. And it was signed Olivia Reese with links to the fake Instagram and website. Isabel had hacked my email. She'd written a query letter pretending to be me. And now a legitimate agent wanted to represent me for a book that didn't exist. I forwarded everything to Isabel with one message. "You've gone too far." She replied, "I wrote the manuscript. Well, most of it. I used some of your old blog posts and that abandoned novel you gave up on. I just polished it and made it actually good. You should be thanking me. I'm getting us a book deal," she wrote. Us. As if we were a team. As if she hadn't stolen everything from me. I called her. She didn't answer. I called again. And again. Finally, she texted, "Stop being psycho. I'm helping your career. When this book sells, you'll thank me. We can split the money 50-50, she wrote. 50-50. For work I did, writing I created, a name I owned, an agent relationship she fabricated. I wanted to scream. I reported the Instagram account. Instagram sent back an automated response saying that they reviewed it and found no violations. I tried explaining that someone was impersonating me. They asked for proof that I was the real Olivia Reese. I sent my ID, my driver's license, everything. They replied that since the account holder also had the same name and appeared to be a family member, it didn't constitute impersonation. I contacted a lawyer. Consultation fee $300 I didn't have. They told me that because we're identical twins with the same last name, it would be nearly impossible to prove damages unless I could show concrete financial loss or defamation.
Family disputes are complicated, they said. Especially between twins, they told me. I felt trapped. My own face, my own name, my own work, all being used by someone else, and nobody cared. Then I found out about the speaking engagement. A literary conference in Chicago had booked Olivia Reese as a panelist for Building Your Author Platform in the Digital Age, $500 speaking fee plus travel expenses. I found out because someone tweeted at my real Instagram account, saying they were excited to see me speak. Isabel was planning to show up as me and give a talk about building a platform she'd stolen from me. That's when something inside me snapped. If she wanted to be me so badly, fine, I'd let her. I'd let her walk right into the trap. I didn't tell her I knew about the conference. I didn't confront her. Instead, I bought a plane ticket to Chicago. Same conference, same dates. I registered as an attendee under a slightly different name, Liv Reese. I also did something else. I reached out to every single brand that had sponsored the fake account. I provided proof of my identity, my actual email ID, my employee ID from the publishing house, my driver's license. I explained the situation calmly, professionally. Someone has been impersonating me online and accepting sponsorship deals without my consent, I told them. I'm in the process of legal action, and I wanted to make you aware that any contract signed under my name may not be valid. Some brands ignored me, but a few responded with alarm. One pulled their sponsorship immediately and demanded refund of the products they'd sent. I also contacted the literary agent. I explained that someone had submitted a query using my name without my permission. The agent was furious. Apparently, fraudulent queries are a huge problem in publishing. They immediately dropped all interest and flagged Isabel's email address. Then I compiled everything. Screenshots of every post, every sponsorship, every lie. Messages between me and Isabel, emails from my parents dismissing my concerns. I created a document titled The Real Story of @Olivia Reese Official. Conference day arrived. I sat in the audience wearing sunglasses and a baseball cap. The panel started. 4 authors sat at the front table discussing platform building. Isabel was one of them. She wore a designer outfit she'd gotten through a sponsorship deal. She had professional makeup. She looked confident, polished. Everything I wasn't. The moderator introduced her, saying, Olivia Reese, whose literary Instagram has grown to over 40,000 followers and who's currently in talks for a major book deal. 40,000. She'd gained 10,000 more in just the past month. Isabel talked about authenticity and finding your voice and being genuine with your audience. The irony was suffocating. During the Q&A, someone asked her about balancing her day job in publishing with her online presence. It's definitely challenging, Isabel said, playing me so well. But working at a publishing house gives me insider knowledge that I love sharing with my followers, she told them. She'd researched my actual job. She knew details. She'd become me so thoroughly that even I almost believed her. Then it was my turn. I stood up, removed my sunglasses, let her see my face, her face, in the audience. Her eyes went wide. The color drained from her cheeks. Hi, I said, loud enough for the microphone to pick up. I'm Olivia Reese, the real one, and I'd like to ask the panelist pretending to be me how she justifies building a career on identity theft. The room went silent. The moderator looked confused, glancing between us. That's Isabel Reese, I continued, my twin sister. She's been impersonating me online for 3 years, using my name, my work, and my reputation to build a fake influencer career. Everything she's told you today is a lie. Isabel stood up, shaking. Liv, what are you? She started to say. My name is Olivia Reese. I held up my driver's license to the audience. I work at Northlake Publishing in Boston, not in New York. I never agreed to any of this. She hacked my email, submitted fake queries to agents, and has been accepting money from brands using my identity. The moderator grabbed the microphone. I think we need to take a break, she started to say. No, I said. Everyone here deserves to know the truth. Isabel told you all about authenticity and finding your voice, but she stole mine. For years. And my family told me I was being selfish for wanting it back. I pulled out my phone and held it up. I've documented everything, I told them. Every fake post, every forged email, every lie. And I've sent it to everyone who needs to see it. The conference organizers, the brands she's partnered with, the literary agents she's deceived, all of it. Isabel's face crumpled. Liv, please, I can explain, she said. You can explain to the lawyers, because unlike mom and dad, I don't think identity theft is a harmless little project. I walked out of that conference hall with my heart pounding, but my head clear for the first time in years. The fallout was immediate and spectacular. The conference issued a public apology and revoked Isabel's speaking fee. Every brand partnership she had was terminated. Several demanded refunds or threatened a legal action. The Instagram account was finally taken down after I provided video evidence of both of us speaking, proving we were two different people. Isabel called me crying. You ruined my life, she said. No, I told her. I took back mine. My parents were furious. How could you humiliate your sister like that? They asked. In public? You've always been jealous of her, they said. That's when I laughed. Actually laughed. Jealous? She stole my identity for 3 years and you enabled her. You chose her over me every single time. I'm done protecting all of you from consequences. You're being vindictive, my mother said. Maybe I am, I told her. Or maybe I'm just done being the good twin who stays quiet while you all treat me like I don't matter. I haven't spoken to my parents in 4 months. Isabel sent one last message saying, I'm sorry. I thought I was helping. I thought we could share this. I didn't respond. Because you can't share an identity. You can't share a life. And I'm tired of shrinking myself so she can feel bigger. The real kicker? After everything went public, my actual Instagram gained 20,000 followers. People who'd been following the fake account found the real me and actually liked what they saw. My blog traffic tripled. And a different literary agent, one I hadn't queried, reached out because she'd heard about the situation and was impressed by how I handled it. We're now working on a memoir about identity, sisterhood, and the price of being seen. I'm writing it myself, using my own name, my own words, My own face. And Isabel can't touch it. I don't know if we'll ever have a relationship again. Part of me mourns what we had as kids before everything got twisted, but a bigger part of me recognizes that she never saw me as a separate person. I was always just an extension of hers, a tool she could use, a backup identity for when hers wasn't enough. My family still thinks I overreacted. They think I should have handled it privately, quietly, like a good daughter, like a good twin. But I'm done being good if good means being invisible. I'm Olivia Reese, the only one. And for the first time in 5 years, I know exactly who that is.